Today's topic, protein, baby. All right, so I'm back at my home away from home, NutriShop, with my boys. I love this place. These are the guys I trust with all my clients and myself and my program. Today we're talking about probably one of the most important topics that you can possibly know about, and it's a hot topic, and it's one that people are very misinformed on. So we're going to clear it up today with 4 or 5 good questions from my man Brett here. So first question, Brett, why is protein as a macronutrient so important compared to fat and carbohydrate?
Well, most people are trying to increase some muscle tone or build some muscle, so protein is, if muscle was the house, protein is your bricks to build it. Protein's required for repair and recovery, and it's also really important because it speeds up your metabolism when you eat it, keeps you feeling full more than any other food, and so those are just a few of the reasons why it's important and it's required.
Well, and a lot of people that are trying to lose body fat don't feel like they need that, so what you're saying is they do need to consume more protein versus the other two to keep their metabolism boosted, correct?
Yes, so when you eat protein, the process of breaking it down raises your metabolism. So your metabolism will get raised more from eating protein than it would from eating carbs or fats. So it's important from that standpoint, but the other thing is all the studies that show a higher protein intake, they correlate with greater weight loss.
Well, with that said, and this is kind of a loaded question, but a lot of people want to know, well, how much do I need? If I'm a male, if I'm a female, how big I am? Like, how do you dictate that? Short answer.
If you're a weight training individual who regularly uses resistance, about 1 gram per pound of body weight is safe. There's no reason to overeat protein, but you certainly don't. It's one thing you want to make sure you don't undereat. So around 1 gram per pound is good. That'll help you repair and recover, but it'll also help you stay full for longer to where you're not wanting to snack on stuff throughout the day.
Well, you did say you don't want to overeat. Is there kind of this upper limit that you don't want to exceed? Because obviously the body can discard what it doesn't need through urine, especially when it comes to protein. But is overshooting your protein mark going to harm you? Is it going to bulk you up? I mean, what would be the upper limit?
It's not going to harm you. If you take in too much protein, your body is just going to excrete it through urine, like you mentioned. But there's no reason to overeat it, because doubling your protein intake doesn't mean you're going to double your muscle. It's kind of like a light switch. Once you turn a light switch on, your body's repairing and building muscle. You can't turn that light switch on anymore, so there's no point in excessively eating it, but you certainly don't want to be short in it.
Well, that's an important point for my guys out there, and even I used to fall into that trap of thinking that if I just overshoot my mark, more must be better. But really what you're saying is it's a waste of time and money, because your body, depending on your size and some other factors, can only use so much of it, and then it just discards the rest. So if you way overshoot it, you're wasting time and money, right?
Right. It's not unsafe. It's just not going to get you better results. But the one thing that's important to keep in mind with protein is you do want it spaced out roughly every 4 to 5 hours throughout the day. That's important. You don't want to, not eat. You can go. A lot of people do some fasting and they have all their meals in the end of the day. But there's some good information out there that suggests that eating it about every 4 or 5 hours throughout the day is the best way to build muscle and keep your metabolism up.
All right, well, I think the last question, the most important one, is everyone wants to know what the best protein powder to take is, and I, for one, have my opinions on that. Everyone wants to know what makes a high-quality protein. You see all these ingredients with these multiple protein sources. So what makes a high-quality protein source? Not the food that you eat, but we'll just talk about the powder for now when people want to buy a protein powder that have ingredients like casein and whey concentrate and whey isolate. And what makes quality protein powder?
A quality protein powder, first off, has good nutrition. You want to look at the back and see a good amount of protein, and around 30 grams, but you want to see something that is low on the extra fat, calories, and carbs if you're trying to get lean. So you don't want a bunch of fillers in there. The ingredient list should really just be protein, but within that protein ingredient list, you should see whey first and then casein. The reason that's important is that whey and casein will give you an 8-hour time release, versus if you just had whey protein, it'd be in and out in about an hour or 2 hours. And that time release is really beneficial for people who may use it as a meal replacement, may use it post-workout, and they don't know, it might be a little while before they eat again, so they know they have some protein to keep that metabolism up, keep them feeling full. It also works really great before bed. That's if you're a guy trying to build some muscle, or even if you're trying to lean up. Your body repairs muscle a lot while you're sleeping. Having that protein throughout the night can really assist with increasing muscle but burning body fat.
Well, that's a really interesting point. I think that's the most important thing we should leave this on, is that not all proteins are created equal, and that some have different jobs, right? Some are slower and faster digesting, which are appropriate for different things. There are some that are more high quality, which affect the way they're digested. So these are all important facts. If you have any more questions, please come down to NutriShop. These guys, I trust them with all my clients and my own nutrition. They even give free meal plans, and they will give you what you need and not try and upsell you all day long. They're just a good group of guys. So until next week, thanks again, man.
Thanks, Taylor.
See you guys around.